Hey lovely people, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss two mechanisms, proof of work and proof of stake, their differences and some of their pros and cons. So lock in, I will respond to all your queries. Before we head on to the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon right next to the subscribe button so you will be notified of all my future uploads. Also follow our socials so you'll be updated with the upcoming videos. So proof of work and proof of stake are the two primary consensus mechanisms as of now utilized by decentralized finance DeFi projects to cryptographically get consensus on cryptocurrency networks. These are the most widely used consensus mechanisms. I'm quite sure that most of you will be unknown to proof of work and proof of stake, that what they are, so first let me give you people a general overview of them. First we have proof of work. When Satoshi Nakamoto was building the very first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, he needed to find a way for transactions as checked without the need to utilize a third party. This he accomplished when he made the proof of work system. Proof of work is a mechanism Bitcoin uses to direct the production of blocks and the state of blockchain. It gives an objective way to all individuals from the Bitcoin network to settle on the condition of the blockchain and all the Bitcoin exchanges. The reason it is called proof of work is because the network requires a tremendous measure of processing power. Proof of work blockchains are secure and checked by virtual miners all over the planet, hustling to be quick to solve a math puzzle. The winner will update the blockchain with the most recent verified transactions and is rewarded by the network with a predetermined measure of crypto. Let us have a look at some notable cryptocurrencies that use proof of work. So here they are. Proof of work coins: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin. Let us discuss the association of proof of work and Bitcoin. Bitcoin utilizes proof of work to keep up with the integrity of its blockchain. At the point when Bitcoin transactions occur, they go through a security confirmation and are grouped into a block to be mined. Bitcoin's proof of work algorithm then, at that point, produces a hash for the block. The algorithm Bitcoin utilizes is called SHA-256, and it produces hashes with 64 characters. Miners compete to be quick and create an objective hash that is underneath the block hash. The victor will add the most recent block of the transaction to Bitcoin's blockchain. They likewise get Bitcoin prizes as newly minted coins and transaction expenses. Bitcoin has a fixed graded supply of 21 million coins, yet from that point forward, miners will keep getting transaction fees for their service. The proof of work algorithm utilized by Bitcoin intends to add another block every 10 minutes. To do that, it adjusts the difficulty of mining Bitcoin relying upon how rapidly miners are adding blocks. Assuming mining is going on excessively fast, the hash calculations get harder. On the off chance that it is going too slowly, they get simpler. Proof of work consensus makes Bitcoin the most secure public network at any point made in mankind's set of experiences. Now let us discuss the other mechanism, which is proof of stake. Proof of stake, POS, is an alternative consensus mechanism to proof of work, created and utilized by a couple of alternative cryptocurrencies. It revolves around a process called staking. In a proof of stake framework, staking serves a comparable function to proof of work's mining, in that it is the interaction by which a network member gets chosen to add the most recent bunch of exchanges to the blockchain and acquire some crypto in return. Stakers lock up assets in a special smart agreement. Each time another block is required by the network, an algorithm gives a particular staker the valuable chance to publish the next block. The algorithm chooses the staker through lottery, depending upon each staker's percentage of total staked funds. For instance, if a solitary staker controls 30% of all funds staked on an allowed network, they have a 30% possibility of mining the next block. The POS algorithm was first presented in 2011 on Bitcoin Talk. Peercoin was the first to embrace it and blend with POW. However, the consensus algorithm has quickly become more predominant in all its variations. Now we'll chew over some major cryptocurrencies that use proof of stake consensus. Proof of stake coins: Cardano, Tezos, Algorand. Proof of stake in Cardano. Now we'll look at how Cardano utilizes proof of stake. Any individual who claims Cardano can stake it and set up their validator node. Whenever Cardano needs to check blocks of exchanges, its Ouroboros protocol chooses a validator. The validator looks at the block, adds it, and gets more Cardano for the difficulty. Proof of work versus proof of stake. Which is better? So, since you know how every consensus mechanism affirms and approves transactions, now I'm going to tell you whether proof of work is better or proof of stake is, as both consensus mechanisms have advantages and disadvantages. So let us compare both. First, we have centralization. Proof of work blockchains give a greater possibility of winning the mining reward to individuals who buy storage hardware gadgets. What this has resulted in is centralized associations purchasing thousands of gadgets, known as ASICs, which create the most elevated mining power. This kind of activity is known as a mining pool, and it permits individuals to pool their assets together to allow them the best opportunity of solving the cryptographic sum first. Therefore, only 4 mining pools control over half the total Bitcoin mining power. This is an unfair system, as it implies that the average individual gets no opportunity of ever winning the mining reward. Proof-of-stake model prevents groups of people from combining efforts to rule the network just to create a profit. All things being equal, the people who add to the network by freezing their coins are rewarded proportionately to the sum they have contributed. Then we have electricity consumption. As you people know, some proof-of-work blockchains like Bitcoin utilize a lot of electricity. This is because the cryptographic sum that miners should solve is inconceivably troublesome. A new report observed that the aggregate sum of electricity expected to keep the Bitcoin network functional is more than the sum utilized by more than 159 individual nations. In addition to the fact that this is awful for the environment, however, it additionally slows down the rate at which cryptocurrencies can expand their real-world adoption. This is because power bills should be paid utilizing fiat money. On the other hand, proof-of-stake does not require exceptionally complex sums to be solved. It speeds up transaction time and requires a much lower energy load, considering quicker and safer exchanges as well as network adaptability. For example, Bitcoin BTC USD has an energy cost for each exchange of 830 kilowatts per hour, or 130 TWh each year, and Ethereum ETH USD has a per transaction energy cost of 50 kilowatts per hour, or 26 TWh each year. Conversely, a proof-of-stake digital money like Tezos XTZ USD has an energy cost for every exchange of simply 30 MWh or 60 MWh each year. Moving on to the next, we have 51% attack. A 51% attack is utilized to describe the appalling event that a group or single individual acquires more than 50% of the total mining power. If that occurred in a proof-of-work blockchain like Bitcoin, it would permit the individual to make changes to a specific block. Assuming that this individual was a lawbreaker, they could change the block for their benefit. For example, recently, a 51% attack occurred against the Verge blockchain, which permitted the hacker to leave with 35 million XVG coins. At the hour of the attack, this added up to a real-world worth of $1.75 million. While using a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, it would not make financial sense to try to perform a 51% attack. For this to be done, the bad actor would also have to stake no less than 51% of the total amount of cryptocurrency available for use. The main way they could do this is to buy the coins in the open market. Next, we have specialized equipment. In proof-of-work consensus mechanism applications, specific integrated circuits and graphic processing units are used to mine the coins, while in proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, a standard server-grade device is sufficient for POS-based systems. So now I'm sure that you people should now have a decent comprehension of how every consensus mechanism functions and how they vary from each other. While proof-of-work is the most notable blockchain consensus model, alternative consensus models like proof-of-stake may be more productive since they can build security, decrease energy use, and permit organizations to be even more successful on the scale. But it has some disadvantages too. Through above-mentioned terms, we can surely say that proof-of-stake consensus mechanism is better. This was my overview of proof-of-work versus proof-of-stake. What do you think? Do not forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!